bully 2v2 lanes. Yes, it is vulnerable to ganks and that sort of thing, but they're obviously very much targeting Hakuho here, trying to shut him down as far as having that 2v2 win condition. With Tahm Kench picked up, there certainly is more opportunity to go for another bully laner, something like a Nami or along those lines, I think can be pretty successful, but not sure if they're willing to go that far down in the priority.
Well, first they're going to have to blind pick their top laner. Echo Fox seem to have a pretty solid grasp on all their lanes, and of course they're saving counter pick for Huni up in the top side. We have seen Cassiopeia go top before, so maybe he's already picked the champion. But either way, it likely is going to be a good look for Echo Fox. You saw the Gangplank being banned away. Clutch trying to remove that as an option as well. And so what support does Hakuho play? And it's going to be actually Thresh, so playmaking more so than lane bullying in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and honestly, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the Thresh pick into Tahm Kench. You know, when you're looking at this draft, if you did not see the pick order, you would be assuming in most situations that the Tahm Kench was picked afterwards, right? Sure. And I do think that, you know, through the manipulation of picks and bans, they have kind of ended in this situation where they almost maybe force their hand a little bit, because maybe this is kind of the last rung on the ladder there for Hakuho as far as, you know, bully type laners go.
But we'll see if he can get himself out of the lane and find picks away from Tahm Kench. I agree with you, of course, in the sort of one-on-one where they're both there, it's very easy to devour a teammate. As we saw, the Gnar was picked up here for Huni, so despite being nerfed a little bit in 8.4, both to the Q cooldown as well as to Frozen Mallet's slow, still a champion Huni wants to play to bully his opposition. 3 level 6, pretty much the same champion anyway, and so we'll see if that top lane priority can continue. If Garda can make those ganks happen up there, or if Lyra can turn it back around. Of course, his Skarner was banned away earlier on. One of the few champions Lyra's actually looked good on. And we'll see if Clutch Gaming can make the upset happen. Champ Select is over, the team's ready to go, and now it's time for that all-important handshake. This could be the last time these teams face off this split. We'll see if they meet in playoffs or not.
And the top lane, I think, is going to be very important. You know that Echo Fox wants to play around top lane. When you're looking at Huni versus Solo, just as far as players, that is a mismatch.
Of course, the Gnar can join as well with the slows coming in. There is no way out for this player anymore. Can put some damage in and buy some time, but that is certainly going to be a dead Rise. Unless he's got a Blast Plant, of course, there's not one available. But some dueling onto Phoenix, though. Decent damage to the stars. He dodges away from the Q. Actually, good damage. Can he land some more spells? He's got a half HP. Fabivin gets hit up one more time. Flashes in, but he can't do the damage. Loses all his summoners. First Blood still comes through.
Loses all his summoners, but does trade 2 for 2 in the summoners and almost gets first blood.
Away because of the lane control. It does mean a tier recall for everyone. Here comes the duo lane. The top and the jungle showing up for this one. This fight's going to come through. That's going to go over to Dardoch, but he's pulled back in. And Debbie's the first one to roam. Lyra has the passive. He won't die very easily. Dardoch gets knocked up in the air. That will be the first kill of the game for Clutch's side. And that invade goes wrong.
It goes really bad. Double buffs now over on the Solo. I talked about if you can get some gold onto this Cho'Gath, he can get tanky enough that Huni will no longer be able to.
Very disengaged focused team now. They've got 2 cleanses, a lot of backline, and seems like they're waiting to farm. And they might get off. They pull him forward. Rise comes in for a bit more damage. Let's Bounce goes nowhere, but he turns backwards anyway. Lyra doesn't want to keep fighting as Huni's now on the back side, but this is a catch on the front line. Hakuho's going to flash, but be caught by Phoenix. 1 kill comes through, and now it's a 5v4 as Echo Fox looks to grab a whole lot. A big stun comes in. Mega Gnar puts for more, but not going to catch Fabivin. Phoenix going to get a bit low as well. Pulled back in, but grabbed by Adrian to stay alive. The backline stays alive on this, and there might not be much more fight to have as the ultis are down. Clutch Gaming forced to disengage, but keep in mind there is a Baron on the map that Echo Fox Huni. Mega Gnar for 5 more seconds, waiting in the wings to stop someone out here.
It's going to expire, though. This could be a decent fight for Clutch if they can find it.
Knock by the backline, hook on Huni. They're trying to disengage a big silence. Stun on a Cho'Gath. Hakuho's going to flash out, but Lyra comes right back in. They got damage to the Huni, though. Can they knock him down? It's going to be a yes! Hakuho somehow secures it. A bit unlucky. The gold goes the wrong way, but Clutch find a kill in that fight. Minion are not that effective.
Yeah, trying to take that fight from Echo Fox, despite the fact that Mega Gnar had just timed out, was pretty risky. It's Clutch, though, that take the fight. They can push up, look to threaten the mid lane turret here with some damage now. Caitlyn's still very well alive.
Can they kill it in time is the issue. The Tahm Kench brings over 1. He's actually brought Phoenix on the Cassiopeia, but there is no smite. The Chomp comes in, Cleanse gets him away, and the team's going to try to disengage. Apollo jumps the wall. Fevin's going to flash to make sure he's safe, but this could still be a bit of a chase. He's going to flash for a slow. This could actually be a huge play for Echo Fox. And they get the damage. 2 of them are grounded. They go to their room. Hakuho's going to have to respawn now, and a slow out from Huni. He's going to find a little bit towards Lyra, but only losing support for the pickup of a Baron is a great play from Clutch.
That was fantastic. The decisiveness there from Clutch. Finished the dragon because they realized what was happening. They immediately fully went off it, but there is the Rise All from Fabivin. Full commitment to this Baron. They know they have Cho'Gath to secure, and it is not actually Dardoch coming through with Adrian there, so no real chance of a smite steal. And then it's just up to Phoenix to try to hold them in position long enough to try to get the rest of the 5-man squad there to be able to take them down, to be able to commit them to this fight. That's why Adrian is going over. But the box, the play, all of the work that Hakuo does to kind of slow them down, and then Dardoch just barely missing the ultimate. I'm not sure if that was blind or not, or just in anticipation of where they were.
Expected Lyra to walk, but he started channeling E, and you can't always predict that one easily. Exactly. So here's the mid lane siege on the respawn there, the reset, and the turret's going to be falling in the top side of the Febiven split push, but here comes a bit more engaged towards Lyra. Going to jump away, has a lantern, but that's now on cooldown. They find a catch down to the tank. This Cho'Gath's then a half HP. Dardoch in the front line getting hit some really hard bits of damage, and they're going to look for the trades here pretty quickly as they pull one back in. A low health Adrian pops the quick stopwatch to buy a few more seconds. 4v5 the chase and almost gets some more with Phoenix. Hakuo going to cleanse, but he will be slowed down to die. No hooks over the wall. He's got a bit more time to spend. But here comes Tahm Kench. Who is he bringing with him? It's going to be Huni in the Mega Gnar. Going to be a disengage for Hakuo. He does not have the Baron buff. He will not recall fast, but he is in fog.
Yeah, and Apollo was able to actually get out of there with the Baron recall, but pretty aggressive plays there from
Clutch wins either of those trades. Right now they're going for the Baron side of
Huni on the side.
About to be Mega, looking for that flank. Can they push him out of this one? This is a fight that Clutch will not like to take because Mega Gnar is so powerful. Apollo getting some poking though, really playing on the front lines. He knows he has QSS and feels safe to put a couple auto attacks down there. Gets a couple hundred health off of Dardoch. Clock Tower comes in again, a knock up, and now Huni will be mini Gnar once again, but priority on mid lane, they can knock down tier 2 here.
Yeah, Echo Fox has the minions, and they're running straight down here. Febiven on the side has to force his cleanse. Huni jumping in without Mega Gnar, though, very dangerous.
Half HP, Dardoch down to 1300, and there's some pretty low health bars there. Does have Warbugs will be done up in just a second or two right now, so out they go. Mid lane once again now goes to Clutch.
The minion waves on the side lanes, though, are kind of split. Adrian
that could be a kill. They could feast him. That could be a dead Adrian. The chop comes in. The damage. Finally, a kill comes through. 3 to 4, flashing away. But they got Phoenix. QSS used the duel against Apollo. Who's going to win it? Flashing away. Febiven now in the play. The ulti coming across. The MR is so high, but the damage comes through. Now back on the left side. Hook shift really going to miss. Nice Mega Gnar pushing away Lyra. Now Febby on top of the squad. Dardoch going to jump over the wall. He's going to stay safe. And now they're on to Baron. Dardoch, Q is on cooldown, no flash available, does have snipe, but he can't get in the pin for at least 5 more seconds. That's going to be Baron to Clutch.
They're just going to back off. They're going to give it up. There's no feast available, but it will be Clutch Baron, and they are basically tied up in the gold. They have the minion wave to pick up. Elder is on the map, so they need to immediately get...
Appreciate you, man.
Keep it up.
Thanks, you too, buddy. Now some damage, though, but it's actually a pretty low AP Phoenix, so Deathcap comes in. Now a hook on the front line. Adrian could be chopped down. Puts in the shield. It doesn't matter. He gets evaporated. And now in the back line, Lyra wants it. Flashes. Ulti comes in. They've all sidestepped it, but they got the damage. Phoenix is going to fall. The turret's dead as well, and it's a 5v3. Clutch Gaming can now walk it into the base. 40 minutes in, they finally get the lead. The inhibitor is down.
That's going to be that, I think.
And it seems like they will do it. Mr. Consistency, Clutch Gaming will finally look for that first upset win of the split. The third place team, they do lose one, but they get the trade kill back. Now 4v2 in the base. The play is in. Huni left alone, and he will be shut down to the very end of it all. A few more shots. The cannon minion can do it. The flash hook, the ace. And yes, Clutch will complete the upset. They will be half a game behind a first-round bye in the playoffs. They had Echo Fox their 4th loss, and now Mark Z must predict Clutch for the rest of the split.
And what a game it was. Clutch Gaming in Week 8 has finally arrived. They take down a team above them in the standings. They give us that statement game that shows they can compete with the best in the league, that they are someone to look out for in the playoffs, and they've got to be feeling so good now. As you said, only half a game back of a playoff bye. This is a team that has been overlooked throughout most of the split and really are peaking at the right time.
The damage graph for this game, by the way, actually ludicrous. Quick math in my head, Apollo did roughly half of the team's damage. Also roughly double anyone on the opposing team either. Mark actually predicted Apollo, put him on the tier list as like somewhere around 5th or 6th. Jat put him at 9th. Shame on you, Jat. As we all know, Apollo is A tier. Last I did the tier list, that was the case. So really good stuff out of the bot lane. And it wasn't like bot lane got smashed in lane. Nope. It wasn't what happened here. A bit of attention from Lyra, but it didn't really matter. A 10 CS lead was all it was. But I think Apollo